Okay, you should think the online presence as a recipe. It's something that what ingredients are needed, how much of each, and in which order, in what order they should be mixed in. So basically, what you can do through your website, you start telling, writing your narrative in a way that every time you decide in which order you release them, some items are important at this moment than others. So just ensure, I can help you with this, that all these items get recorded one by one. And when proceeding step by step, you acquire yourself a really robust online presence. And this, at some point, it begins to work for you. Website is the place where you get to write your story accordingly. And when you get the information about you there recorded to these AI platforms and search engines and other places one by one, it starts to echo that story. And if you use LinkedIn, I wouldn't use mix out those roles what you have, that there's this security thing and an artist thing. I wouldn't use LinkedIn for music business purposes as an artist. I would use Instagram, TikTok, and all these platforms and claim yourself and through your homepage, because homepage is something that where you can more authentically tell your story, and more you can get power for your uh, website in the eyes of these search engines and AI powered platforms, the more strongly it pushes forward the artist side of your story. So this is the thing, and it's I can share the screen soon if there's
Yeah, fine.
one thing, that this OPO online presence optimization isn't a platform related thing. It's about, there's a many means and ways how to make this happen. Okay, you should think the online presence as a recipe. It's something that what ingredients are needed, how much of each, and in which order, in what order they should be mixed in. So basically, what you can do through your website, you start telling, writing your narrative in a way that every time you decide in which order you release them, some items are important at this moment than others. So just ensure, I can help you with this, that all these items get recorded one by one. And when proceeding step by step, you acquire yourself a really robust online presence. And this, at some point, it begins to work for you.
What
And,
happens
it begins to find people who find value in your work, and you don't have to do all the work actively on your own. And
Can I
it's
ask a
only,
question,
and
Mika?
then when you move on with this, then you add elements in a way that you think a bit that how this new element aligns with what I already have, and what would be the next sensible step. And don't think of it like I'm acquiring followers. No, no, no. Be obedient for the story you want to tell. Because
Oh.
this is what, and this is something people, they always think about these external results and all these kind of things. Why I reach these 20, it's a bit less than 24,000 followers on LinkedIn. It's because I've been obedient for the story.
Yeah,
It's all,
Mika, can I stop you a minute? Because I
yeah.
want to make sure other people get to ask their questions as well. But I have just one very quick question. When you said it's about what's important for you at that moment, so let's say today the most important ingredient in my recipe was telling people about this session, right? So on
Mhm.
my homepage, on my website, I made an update and that it's today, and also on my LinkedIn. What happens if I delete if I now, let's say after this, I plan to delete hey, the session is happening today, and then there's another thing going on, like some panels for South by Southwest London, that's on my homepage. But when the voting time is finished, I'm going to take it off my homepage as well. Will it always be on the web? Will it always be recognized? Yes. So do you have a tip about my own question, Mika, about what happens?
But now I got another idea which is actually really topical now that I connected with you guys on LinkedIn. It's something that now that I'm about to publish this post about us on LinkedIn, excluding Mandy. Mandy, you were already within my storyline, and you've been credited in my books. We've been collaborating, etc., etc. But still, this occasion is an additional storyline on our story as well.
Yeah.
This is the story route for our all the potential future collaborations. Okay, let's think of it how AI begins to interpret and assess and consider the true impact here. I represent now three artists, which all could come into question in some of your movies you supervise. And if we end up in a collaborating in a way that one of my artists will be placed in some of the films you supervise, AI immediately understands that, hey, we have met before. We've been here because of music business. We know this. And then it adds this element to above and within this story. And this is how our leverage on real life increases all the time. And every time when there's a physical evidence for something we do, and it's relevant, it's industrial relevant thing. If we end up collaborating here as a result that we get to know each other here, it's always an industry relevant matter. And this is something that not only industry appreciates, but it's only that gets recorded and on online. And it adds to our resume on all these kind of things. So this is how it goes. It's like a Pokemon Go. This thing that you visit places and meet people to, evaluate their meaning and to you and in a way.
But if I delete it, let's say there is this meaningful, like I have something now. If I delete it,
Hmm.
have I lost everything, or is it always there that I did it, even when it goes?
No, if it gets registered, then it's there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's and all this and it's funny thing that it's always when with someone we collaborate for the rest of our lives, and with someone it's only a moment. But it's always what I advise people to do is that appreciate everything, that no matter if you no longer work together, it may
Yeah.
still have these after effects. Yeah.
Totally. And this particular thing, which I won't mention, but she was the only person in my whole network I could think of for this particular thing.
Mhm.
I never knew that would happen. And it came from something totally different. So
To take a read.
yeah.
If this online
Okay.
presence is something that it's something, it's a second edition, and it's something these non-fiction books always become better with second edition. They've already met readers. It's funny thing. So it's something I conversate about, things to pay attention when you are thinking about your online presence. It's pretty much how you introduce yourself when asked. And always there are these human and machine detectors, which always, interpret this information about you partially differently and partially overlapping and sometimes building on each other's observations. So it's like all these little things, what are there, this uh, that they reveal that you are genuine and serious and honest. And it's a funny thing that we don't have to backlink anymore. We don't have to use hashtags anymore. This algorithm, it's so developed that it can grab this information
Wow.
about you. And if you authenticate the formula about you, it acts as a recipe through which all the new elements comes within the picture logically and consistently, but it requires that you provide with this. content
Yeah.
about you, that hey, I am this and this and this is important thing. There are these things, Natasha, for you, that if you use this author schema on your website, you will then through code let Google know that these are the things where you know for, and this is the thing you should pay
What is that
attention.
you're
And
saying? The author schema?
author schema, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you can install it through ChatGPT, ask what is author schema, and then it provides you a step-by-step information. What's difficult here about this online presence and where I can help you guys is this field knowledge that you can get to include these industrial relevant matters within your portfolio. So every time if you need help with this, feel free to reach out. And
Well,
also, I'm about to start another music business management course in August next year, which will be lasting from 10 to 15 weeks. And I'll explain all the things, these what we
yeah.
covered these topics in detail.
I think what we can do is I think that the best way is to have real examples like Kirill and Natasha have explained, because that's such a, you know, to come away with tips that can put this, we've been very broad today in this whole discussion, but the aim, I think, I hope everyone agrees, has been achieved. It was to go beyond networking you know, superficially. I wanted us to get into really what networking is, how you can optimize it, and the tips, and where you should or could put your effort and where you don't need to do it so much. And also bearing in mind that there are different personality types. I mean, not everyone is comfortable saying, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And that what you're saying is the algorithm, you know, you find who you are and be true to yourself and know that who you are is non-linear.